What's up, guys? It's Wraith. I am back, and today I have an unbelievable special review to do for you. This is going to be on the Warhammer 40K Deathwatch RPG Special Collector's Limited Edition that came out in 2010 by Fantasy Flight Games. At the time, they had the license for the RPG game for Warhammer 40K. This was limited to 2,000 copies, and you had to special order it. Here it is. This weighs about 20 pounds. It's all metal. As you can see, it has a servo skull on the side as well as the front. Metal key for it. This is absolutely unbelievable. I am super excited to have this as part of my collection. I think any Warhammer 40K fan that would be extremely happy to have this. So we're going to go over to the review stand. We're going to look at it. We're going to break it open. We're going to look at everything inside of this and give you guys a full review. All right, guys, let's go. All right, guys, we're back at the review stand. We're going to take a closer look at this limited collector's edition Deathwatch item. So essentially, when I was doing a little bit more digging into this really, there's no symbols on this specifically in the front or the side of the back that says that this is a Deathwatch item. This is essentially a Inquisitorial reliquary, and you can see from the front of the cover of this looks like a vault, and inside it could be anything from the Ordo Hereticus, Ordo Malleus, my Grey Knights, or the Ordo Xenos, or it's specifically something very important to the Inquisition. So as you can see on the front here, it's embossed in. This is the servo skull with a red ruby gem. It's not a real ruby, but it looks cool. Embossed into the front, and it's also held on, as you can see, from these chains that go around it and keep this entire box locked. Flipping it over, it's really heavy, but you can see on the side here, we have another shot of the servo skull, and we can also see where the key fits perfectly into the side. So it's etched into the side of the box. Both sides of that chain fit on either side of it as well. So on the back side, we can see the huge Inquisition symbol, signifying, again, like I said before, this is really an Inquisitorial reliquary piece. And on the back, we can get a closer look at the key that fits into the sign. We get the Imperial Aquila at the top, and you can see the two chains that fit. And then on the back, we can see the 4 tiny magnets that keep it essentially stuck on the side of the box. So, all right, now we're going to open this up, and seeing it open for the first time, it's very impressive. On the left side is the Apothecarian Oath, and on the right side is that embossed Deathwatch RPG book. All right, so this is it opened up. You can see all the contents and how impressive it is. On the left side, we're going to start with the Deathwatch Apothecarian Oath. This is the binding a Space Marine would swear when he enters service under the Ordo Xenos and commits to the Long Vigil. This is essentially what in Space Marine 2 that Titus would have agreed to and said and signed, or had given to him when he signed under the Deathwatch at the beginning of that game. Also, we have a blown-up version of this Apothecarian Oath on the right side so you guys can read it, because I'm not going to read line by line here, but it's very interesting. It's very on brand for the Deathwatch. On the left side, you can also see the seal of the Imperium, and on the right side, you can see the seal of the Deathwatch, and essentially that's who enforces this oath. Also, you can see this is clearly commissioned for an Ultramarines fan. All right, now on the right side of the Inquisitorial reliquary is the heart of this piece. This is going to be the Deathwatch Role-Playing Game core rulebook. Now, this is secured by a seal of the Imperium, the Imperial Aquila. Now, originally when I was looking at this, I thought this was a regular belt loop and it was secured that way. It's actually not. There's a piece of Velcro underneath it that keeps it secured. Now, here is the book itself, and it's quite a big, beefy book. It's probably one of the heaviest pieces in this entire set. You can see as it's being pulled out, it has this leatherette style cover. It's not leather. It's a synthetic leatherette style, kind of like if you remember back in the day, our old Bibles, or at least that's the way I remember it, where it has that feel to it. We can see on the side of the book itself the Deathwatch name embossed in silver, and on the front we can see the Inquisition symbol embossed on the front as well. It's quite a nice piece. It feels great in your hands. All right, now we're going to take a closer look at the Deathwatch Role-Playing Game core rulebook. Again, this houses both the Player's Handbook and the GM Handbook. This was originally published in 2010 by Fantasy Flight Games as part of their Warhammer 40K RPG line that they had at that time. So this book focuses entirely on the Deathwatch. These are the elite Space Marines taken from their chapters to serve specifically the Ordo Xenos and the Long Vigil. So Imperial Fist taken, Ultramarines, etc. Unlike most other 40k RPGs, you don't play guardsmen, inquisitors, or civilians in this one. Every player takes on the role of a full Astartes, which is pretty cool, operating as part of a kill team. Now we can see the numbered version of this 1685 of 2000, which is pretty cool. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper into the book here. Again, this covers everything from kill composition and squad tactics to alien threat doctrine, watch fortress operations, and the unique burden placed on the Space Marines who leave their chapters behind to serve in secrecy. It leans heavily into themes of duty, sacrifice, isolation, and essentially brothers from different chapters, which is pretty cool to see the interactions with them, fighting together knowing they may never be remembered for what they accomplished because everything is in secrecy. Now, physically, this edition is large. It's very substantial. It has thick pages, ceremonial presentation, and a silver gilded edges on the pages that help reinforce the idea that this isn't just a rule book. It's really meant to feel like a classified Imperial archive, something issued, recorded, and eventually sealed away. That's the idea here. Now, I'm going to fast forward through the full 400 pages here, but if there's anything that catches your eye, feel free to pause and take a closer look. Otherwise, I'm going to let the music and the ambiance carry us through the rest of this until the end. Enjoy, guys. All right, guys, final thoughts here. For me, what makes this piece special isn't just its rarity, it's really the intent behind it. I originally first came across this about 2 years ago when I was browsing on eBay for Grey Knights pieces, and I really found this by accident. At the time, $400 was the price for this item. It kind of just stopped me cold at that point because I really didn't want this to be an impulse buy. So I waited an entire year, and then I finally pulled the trigger on it this past August. And I'm really glad I did, because this reliquary contains the Deathwatch RPG book. It isn't bound to a single chapter. It's an inquisitorial artifact in my mind, meant to hold oaths, records, and service. So I can really formulate this as for the Grey Knights. All right, guys, I am very happy I picked this up. And as usual, guys, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. All right, guys, I'm Wraith. I'm out. Later, guys.